Good afternoon, students. I, Professor Neha Dave, will be teaching you today the chapters of your one subject which has been related with the help of PPM. Today we'll be starting with a chapter which has been related with the management control. Today we'll be learning with the help of two cents where the thing is you will be knowing about it proper way how you manage and everything like as a common way when you're running any kind of it like management. So like previously only we got to know now management is an art as well as a science. But as if the thing is the management, you are having certain functions which has been related with planning, directing, organizing, controlling and staffing. So as we went with the last sessions also, we went when we started out with the help of the introduction part of a management, we learned how, what are the functions, what are the way, how the art it has been said and how the science it has been performed. And then afterwards it has been also said how you control each and everything into the proper way. Like as if you are running any kind of business, so you got to know like as you are dealing with any people or as you are there in the group only, then only you can run any kind of it management. Now as we got to know like planning, it is most important like whenever you're performing any kind of it management. The functions of management are planning, organizing, directing, controlling and staffing. This was the five things which says about the internal into each and every one. Now in this chapter which has been related with the help of control. So like as if we went on the previous session, so on that time we went with the help of planning. So like currently like you people will be aware like as if we have completed so many part of the managemental points. So as you people will be clearly aware that the thing is the planning, it is what to do, how to do, when to do, whom to do and how to perform it. It was there when it was related with the help of planning. Second part, it was related when organizing. We learned with the help of the organizing that the thing is each and everything to be organized properly because into the organization, if you don't organize each and everything, like if it is doesn't goes into the sequence, means that as if it is doesn't goes like sequence part is being shuffled here and there. So then afterwards the thing is you can't do the management properly. So in the management, you should require proper to each and everything to be organized. Then afterwards, we went with the help of directing. Means there should be certain people to direct us, to command us, to say what is right, what is wrong, and to reach how the thing is if we are lacking somewhere or if there is any kind of a grievances occurs like when you being into the organization. So like the management, in the management, with the help, without the help of the directing anyone, you can't perform it the work each and everything into the proper one. So then if there is no one to direct you, no one is there to command you. So then afterwards your work, certain period of time it will be going good, certain period of time it will be going bad. So there should be a certain concerned person to direct to you, to command to you. So then afterwards, if the person commands to you, then afterwards the thing is you know you can go it into you can go into the right direction. Then afterwards we went with the help of the organizing, we learned with the help of planning, directing, we learned with the help of organizing, we learned with the help of staffing also, like into the organization there should be certain kind of recruitment, certain kind of it selection, certain kind of it performance appraisal. This also we learn into the sessions like during when we went with the help of the points when related with the help of staffing. Because without staffing, like without the people not recruiting into the organization, you can't manage each and everything. Means this almost all the part where related with the help of management, you're having planning, directing, controlling, organizing and staffing. If this all the elements are together, then your management it has been properly done. So as in the previous, like completing like so many sessions, so many points, so like you people will be aware about it that the thing is what management is not for the individual one. Means as if only one person can't run any kind of management. Into the organization, there should be a group of the people, there should be a team of the people who comes together and then afterwards consolidate certain kind of it. They give certain kind of it input from their side. As the thing is, because as if the thing is, as I don't give you the input, then afterwards how are we getting the output? So that is why the thing is, this thing has also been there with the help of it management. So you require these five elements should be there, like whenever you are running any kind of it management. Because management it is not like that it runs not with the help of the one people. As you people got to know that the thing is only with the not even one person only can't plan himself, direct himself, control himself, then or else a certain part of it like he organizes each and everything, or else he don't even the thing is he doesn't do the staffing. He does not work each and everywhere. So that is why into the management he used to keep certain kind of it people into the organization, certain kind of it rules into the organization, certain policies should be kept, and certain planning should be there. And this all elements it should be for the future end, and it is one type of a continuous process. It should be not type of it like short term process. It should be a long term process. Now, today we'll be learning with the help of this chapter, which has been related with the help of controlling. Like as we got to know the different types of an element, different the functions of an element, you got to know of the management when you're running any kind of it. Now in this you will be learning with the help of it. Like before starting this internal points and benefits and advantages, further we will be moving. Now previous I just only summarized to you the points. What are the things we'll be going to learn? Now today in this chapter, we'll be learning about the controlling, how you control the management into the organization. As you people know, there should be optimum uses of resources, means a minimum consumations of resources you need to give. It is not like that the resources, it is what, it is, I'm just working over there, I'm the employee of the organization. So like however I want to use, I can use it. So it should be not that kind of it meant should be came to into your brain. So like there should be the optimum uses of resources when you're running any kind of it management. So that is why the management they have kept this one point which is related with the help of controlling. There should be controlling with the help of resources. Okay, they should be controlling with the help of a different zone. They should be controlling about the humans, how they behave, how they're showing certain kind of it values, how they show certain kind of it attitudes, like when they're running any kind of it organizations. So this is what it has been said. So in this today we'll be learning about the different points, different things, different elements, what are the scopes are there into it, and then afterwards how the thing is it has been done, what are the advantages, what are the benefits you get it out as if you do the help of controlling, and there are some other different methods also where you can utilize this type of it controlling method, so that the thing is your management works into the different way, and it use certain kind of illusions, it looks certain kind of a differentiated. So that is why the thing is we are performing this type of it managemental control. Okay, so this is a one type of it like theoretical knowledge once you get it out, as if you do the help of the practical knowledge, means as if you are people currently working into the organization, so like you people will be aware how to control, what to control. But this is what, as if you will be getting out the little bit idea, a little bit techniques, so that with the help of this techniques, the thing is you can use this type of it controlling system into the organization. So that is why, and then afterwards you can reach this into the further pyramids, and it will be turning into the shorter period of time. So means as if you will be getting the future oriented, and even it will be the continuous process. You just only need to identify internal into the depth. So now we will be learning with the help of managemental control. Now the thing is we will be learning with the help of first definitions of it. Now the process of monitoring activity to ensure that they are being accomplished as planned and of correcting any significant deviation. Okay, so this is what this thing, the highlight of this point, it is what the process of monitoring the activity. Controlling it is what the one process where you're doing a monitoring activity to ensure that they are being accomplished as planned and correcting any significant deviations. So that is why it's one type of a process where the thing is you look forward and you like monitoring. You just monitoring in the sense it is what you put your own ideas over there, or else the thing is you look it out each and everything. Means as if you have done certain kind of a planning. So planning it is what you got to know, like what to do, how to do, whom to do, and when to do. Now second part is what does that planning it is moving or not. That is the most thing. If the thing is I said I'll be doing this, but does this, I'm not does this. So that is why the thing is I do with the help of controlling. So I need to see it about it. Does means whatever the plan I have prepared it out, whatever the plans like we have prepared it out in our organization, does it is going into the level what we thought, or else it is going like anyhow or like some way. If it is going anyhow or it is going beyond to it, so ultimately the thing is we need to use certain kind of it managemental functions which is being called with the help of in controlling. So as if we control each and everything, then afterwards the thing is we will be able to know about it, how to manage, how to go about it, and how it is in future oriented, and how the thing is how we are thinking about the past, present, and future. Simple. as we have also thought something else. Means as if we thought, as if you complete out this graduations, you go for this. Means this is what a techniques what you thought. But at a certain period of time, the thing is you go and then after you realize it about it that does I'm going into the wrong sections or not. If I'm going beyond to that, so at least what I can control on that time means I should not go beyond to the that. So that is why it is what one type of it. It's a process of monitoring activity. Monitoring in the sense it is what you're looking at whether I'm going into the wrong directions or right directions. Either I'm going for the wrong directions, so ultimately I need to control that thing. Means I should not go into it, but it should be little bit type of it so I can recover myself. And whatever the further type of it organization, in the organization, if there will be certain kind of it new ideas or new technical, I can use on that time. So that is why it is the main important is what it's a one type of it monitoring activity to ensure that each and every my plan it is working into the proper deviations. And then after what is the purpose? Like why you require? What is the requirement of controlling? To ensure that the activities are accomplished, a way to lead to accomplishment of the to ensure that the activity are completed in the way that leads to accomplishment of organization goal. Now why we do with the help of controlling? So as I said to you previously, as if you have planned something and then afterwards the thing is if you monitoring each and every that is planned. So then only the thing is if it is going in the right directions you will be going to know that yes, the thing is as if I'm going to the right direction I'll be getting certain kind of its target completion or as I complete my certain type of it goals into the certain way. This is what I done on that time. But as if it is I'm not going out, so ultimately I need to control that thing. If I control that thing, then afterwards the thing is at a certain period of time I can think about it that the thing is I am not completing my that much kind of I'm not goal oriented. So that is why the main, what is the purpose and what is the importance of control? Why I am doing the control? What is the main benefits which I get it? This is what where I complete my organization target. Because as if my organization is organization target it has been completed properly, then only the thing is my work will be moving for the future oriented. Or else my work will be a future oriented. It won't be a short term, it will be for the long term way where I'm controlling each and everything. So like control it is the most important thing where the thing is you do into the organization, you know about it, you manage each and everything because without the management into the management, this control if you don't do then ultimately the thing is there won't be any kind of it work, it will be going into, it will be not moving into the right direction, it will be shuffled here and there. So like to move it each and every work and to get it the target completion for my organization, I need to control certain part of it like objectives or a certain part of it like growth wherever it has been lacking somewhere. So at least what I can reach is into the certain pinnacles. So that is why this is the short definitions of controlling and why the thing is the control it has been required. Next, that is what the nature of a control. Now, what are the natures of the control? First, it is what is the it's a functions of a management. As you people know it about it. So, as if we said, not management. It is what are the functions of management? It is what the planning, directing, controlling, organizing, and staffing. So that is the first process which has been already said. It's a one type of it functions into the management. Second, it has been said it's a dynamic process. Dynamic, it is what it means. It's a huge process. It is not for the short term. As if I'm doing any kind of controlling. If I consume here and there only, then ultimately the thing is furtherly I'll be getting certain kind of benefit for the longer period of time. Simple way. So that is why it's a way, one way where the thing is a dynamic process. It's a huge process. Then afterwards, it's a control is a continuous process. As if I said previously, it's a one type of a continuous process since it is going for the longer period of time. It won't be going for the short term. It won't be going for the like medium term also. It will be going for the longer period of time. And the second part, it is what it's a one type of it continuous. It is not like that as if a control right now. No, next time I don't control it. It means as if I know it like this much. Now simple way. This is a one type of it management. Even as the thing is we learn with the help of management also. So management is the thing where you do the day-to-day life. It is not like into the organization, but simple way. As into our home also, we manage each and everything simple. We manage each and everything. We know we use this kind of functions also planning, directing, controlling, organizing and stuff. This also you use into the management. as if like as into the house also. Like as you plan that way, if there is a certain guest are coming at your place, you plan that way, you organize that way. Okay, then afterwards the thing is you direct. There is a certain your mother or a father, that person is coming, and then afterwards they'll be leading to you. No, this thing should be there, this thing should be there, this thing should be there, like that way. So this is what one type of it, like control planning. It has been organized and it has been directed. Next, it is what controlling. They do certain part of it controlling. Means they think about it, like how many the guests are coming at my place. That much only I'll be cooking the food for that purpose only. Because as if the people are coming more, as if the people are coming less. And ultimately I cook for like 50 people and the people are coming at my place as the 20 people. So like as if the 30 people's food, whatever it will be wasted. So this is what one type of it resources. So I need to control that thing. Means as if I'm running with any kind of it, like people are coming at to my place, as a guest are coming to my place. So minimum there are only 20 people who are coming to my place. So I need to cook minimum by 25 people. I like mix, most probably I just keep it the cooking with the help of 25 people. Means as if the people like one or a two or a three, as if it is come more. So ultimately the thing is it can be manageable. So like I'm controlling that thing. And even the thing is I'm doing with the help of staffing, like I'm appointing any kind of it, like that sweepers or like washing cleaners and all, like utensils cleaners and all. So this is what means how much I required out, that much only I'm consuming out. I'm not wasting my any kind of it resources. So that is why this is what the management, it is not like that as if you're running into the organization only. This management we also use into our house also as a day-to-day life. So management, that is why it has been said, now it's an arts and science. You do certain part of it, you manage each and everything with the help of the management. You use certain kind of it R&D. You do certain kind of it research and development of new technology, you use it out. You do certain kind of it analyzing into your brain, and with the help of it, your managemental things, it has been completed out with the proper way. So that is why the thing is the management, whatever we does, which is what we control. So like controlling is also one part where we manage each and everything. So that the management, it's one function first it has been said with the help of the controlling. So like control, it has been required into the management. So then only the thing is the organizations can utilize the resources into the proper way as if they require, they use that on that time. So then afterwards we went with the help of a continuous process. Next it is what, it's a forward looking. So as if I say, we are not looking about the past, we see the past. But as if we think about it to see about the future oriented, we are future oriented. It is not a like a small type of, we are not a like past oriented, we are even thinking about the future oriented. Because as if you see the further, then only you will can grow. Means as if you think about it like as if, I need to do this. So as if you think about the big things, so ultimately then you will be growing with the big thing. As if you think like whatever I am there, I am happy for my sake, so ultimately that thing it will be coming. So ultimately you will be moving into the disadvantages. So whenever like you are running any kind of management, it should be the forward looking type of it. So like first it is what, it's a function, it's a one type of it, functions of management. Next it is what, the one type of a dynamic, which is a use process, which has been said. Next it is what, the one type of a continuous process, which has been said. Next it is what, the one type of forward looking, we are future oriented. Next it is what, with the help of the essence of control is an action. Action in the sense not here to fight someone, or else like the thing is not to create any kind of a dispute. It has been said the essence of controlling is an action. Action in the sense it is what, wherever the resources are being like wasted more. So for them, the thing is you need to control it out. Means for this, you need to perform certain kind of action. Action means in the sense you need to, it is not like that you want to allocate certain resources, so you're doing fighting for that. No, you can't do this thing. It is not like that. It is what, where the thing is you need to perform that thing. Action is what, the thing is you need to perform that thing. Means it should be not, you should not create the grievances, not even any kind of a dispute. But in this sense, it is what, it is like, you should not say it is wasting now, let it be, I am like leave board. It should be not that type of it. As if you are running any kind of management, if it has been wasting little bit also, so ultimately you should say, no, this thing you should not do. Means you need to show your performance as if you are there into that way. So that is why that is called an action, whatever it has been said. Now simple, as you being into the organization also, what do you do? If something it is goes wrong, so what do you say? Just leave it out, hello, let us go, like whatever it is. Do you do this thing? No, he doesn't do. As if it has been there, certain into the organization they does, but into a certain way, like it has been very strictly on that time. So as if like you're wasting any kind of sellotape also on that time, they start shouting to you why you're wasting also. So this is what the thing is, they give you the why you're doing this. So that is what is controlling an action. Means as if you're wasting any kind of resources. So as I'm running with any kind of management, so I have that much right to ask that why you're wasting this. Means that type of controlling essence should be there. Action should be performed on that time. Like whenever you're running with any kind of management. Next, it is what planning and controlling are related with each other. As we know, like as we do the planning and as we control that thing, means as if it has been there. So like it is the closely related with each other. Means how I control, once if I do the planning, then only I can control. As if only this I do the planning and then I don't control, then ultimately it's not waste of you. Or else the thing is, as if I control, but what should I control? I don't know that thing. Means whatever this has been planning, so like I need to control that thing. So that is why it's a one type of it, like closely related with each other. They are the mixture of it both, like planning and controlling. So that is where the thing is into it, like whenever we learn with the help of the functions of management, planning, directing, controlling, organizing and staffing, we learn with this. Means as if into this 5 elements, from this 5 elements, if I don't have any one element, only 4 elements are there, so I can't run any kind of management. Or else as if I don't have any like two types of two types of functions, if I don't have, then ultimately with the help of the 3 functions I can't handle it. Or else the thing is, I only have the one type of functions, so can I handle with the management? No. As if, so that is why the thing is, you are having a different types of elements or a different type of functions, where the thing is what you need to perform each and every management into the different types of directions. Because as if you move it into the different type of direction, then only the thing is it will be a future oriented, then only the thing is it will be the one type of continuous process, and it will be for the longer period of time you think. It won't be thinking for the shorter period of time. It will be thinking for the longer period of time, because it's the one type of continuous process, and it's the one type of huge process is also there. So that is why this is what one type of nature of a management, like nature of control what you do. So first it is what the functions of a management, what you do, dynamical process, continuous process, forward looking, controlling and action, planning and controlling are closely related with each other. Now next we'll be learning with the help of scope of control. Like what are the scopes? Scopes like how you initiated or else how you put forth, how you control that thing. What are the areas where the thing is you control each and everything. First, it is what the scope of the control is very wide, as it has been said on the previous, it's a dynamical process. Means as it is very wide, means it is very huge. Next, it is what a well-designed plan of control cover almost all the management activity. So as if I said, as if I planned each and everything, means a well-designed plan. Means as if I planned, means this is what I need to do, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to do, this is the way I organize each and this is what I do the planning, this is the way I direct it, this is the way I organize, this is the way I do the staffing, this is the way I control. Means if my all functions of management as if I design, means as if I portrait, means not even portrait like into not in a drawing paper, but as if I planned this all functions of elements properly. So ultimately the thing is my all managemental activity will be moving into the right direction. It won't be moving into the longer, it won't be shuffled here and there, as if the thing is I doesn't move it, like as if each and everything should be moving into the correct direction. So that's what it is being said, that it is as it is a well-designed plan, well-designed in the sense as if it has been there for the planning. Like this is the way, this is the way, this is the way. As if I plan this way, I organize that way, I control that way, I like staff that way. As if I'm having a different directions on different times. So So as if I is designed that way, so ultimately the thing is my work will be moving into the right direction, and ultimately the whatever the management activity like planning, organizing, directing, controlling and staffing, this all activity will be moving for the good direction. Next it is what the main areas where are to be followed. Now this was the first where the thing is it is being said about the 2 points, where first it is being said it's a wide process. Second, it has been said with the help of like you need to design the plan. That is most important. As if I design without designing a plan, the thing is you can't move your work. Next, it is what will be said. Now here there are certain points where we will be discussing about it. Now in this point, it has been discovered about the what is the area where we cover it out certain policies, certain control. Where which areas the thing is the scope of control it has been located. So first it is what control over policies. Now the scope, like as if I'm controlling something or as if I'm controlling the management. So the first important it is what I need to see about the policy. Without the policies, I can't control each and everything. So my first thing it is what are policies. Next it is what it's over the organization. Means as if I'm running into any kind of its control, it should be over to the organization. Means it should be related with to the organization. It should be not that kind of it. Means as if it is given something any kind of a task to do it relating to my organization. So I need to make it the favor of my organization only, not to not even to any other organization, not even to anyone. But the thing is, it should be related with the help of my organization only, where I am performing that kind of task on the behalf of my organization. So that is the first. It is what a policy. You need to follow one type of its policies. Next, it is what it should be related with the help of organization. Next, it is what control over the personnel. That is most important. Personal in the sense it is what like whatever as if there should be the control relating with the help of the people who are being into the organization. So I need to be a person, means I need to be interact with each and every people. So that the thing is as if I interact with each and every people into my organization, then only the thing is my work can be moving to the proper way to the each and every people into the department. Means I used to be, it should be related with the help of the person. It should be related with the help of the people who being into the organization. Next, it is what should control, which has been related with the help of the wages and salary. I need to think about with the help of the wages, what is the amount like they are getting out and what are the salaries whichever it has been given on that time. Because as if I properly located on that time like salaries and wages on that only, then only the thing is then I can control. Means it is not like that you waste any kind of its salary, like whatever it is, like means as if the person is not giving you the input, then how would I should give the output also. So that is why, or as means as if the thing is I'm giving something else, in the return there should be certain kind of a task oriented, he need to complete, he need to give it to me. Or as if it is not like that, then ultimately the thing is my work doesn't move it properly. So that is why the thing is the wages and salary issue should be performed into the proper way. It should be related with the help of the controlling. Means whatever, means as if the thing is that that person works into the organization, as if they use certain kind of a new technique into my organization, then only I can give it to certain kind of salaries and certain kind of wages to that person. Next, it is what control over the cost. Like I need to even think about the cost also. Like as if into my organization, we are venting with the help of like as if we are manufacturing with certain kind of it cost or certain kind of it product into the market. So for that kind of a product also, I need to just control over with the help of the cost. Means the cost should not go beyond to the policies, like what beyond to the plans, like whatever we have decided. So for this also we need to control each and every cost and each and every product into it. So if my product or if my cost it has been into the right way, then ultimately the thing is I can control each and everything properly. Next it is what it's over the methods. Like it whatever the method it has been given to it, like when you're controlling each and everything. So on that time it should be related with the help of the methods, different type of methods. Then only the thing is you can move your work into the right direction. It's over the capital expenditures. This is most important. It should be also related with the help of the capital expenditures, as if there is any kind of it work or any kind of it expenditures, whatever it has been happened with the help of the like incomes or any kind of it revenue. So it should be related, means it should be controlled with it. It should not go beyond to it. It should be not go less to it. So that is why this is most important with the help of the scope of the plan. Now next it is what control over the R&D. This is also most important, that the thing is what, as if you are not doing any kind of research and development into the organization, then the thing is your work doesn't move it into the right way. Means as if you're controlling something, you need to do with the help of the R&D. Because R&D, without knowing with the help of R&D, the thing is you can't do your work the proper way into the right one. Next it is it's over to the external relations. External means the outside relations should also be controlled on that time. And next it is what, overall control. Overall in this sense means it is what, like total managemental control. Overall things it is being controlled according to the management. So these are the different way where the thing is, these are the different scopes of a control, where the thing is you control. First it is what, when related with the help of, it's a different way, it's a wide process. It's very wide. Next it is what it has been said with the help of it, where you design the plan, and then afterwards the thing is it cover almost all the managemental activities, whatever it is being said. Then after, these are the different areas where the control where the control policies are, where the thing is, these are the different areas where the thing is the policies are to be controlled on that time. First it is what, control over the policies, you need to follow with the help of policies. Then after, next it is what, with the help of organization. Next it is what, with the help of like performance, whatever which has been said. Next what, which has been related with the help of wages and salary, you need to think about the wages and salary. Then afterwards it should be related with the help of the cost, you need to identify the cost. You need to control this in even all over to the managemental activity, you need to control each and everything. Then only the thing is, these are the various scopes, so that the thing is what, your managemental activity will be moving very smoothly, very calmly. Next after, it should be over all the methods. It is what, one type of it, capital expenditures. Next it is what, it should be when you need to even identify with the help of R&D cost. Then after, one type of it like external related. Now it is all over the external related also, means it should be outside related also. Next it is what, the overall control. It should be related with the all over control when related with the help of the management. When you are running with any kind of business, it should be also related with the help of the management. Now with the help of it, like this is a different type of scope. Where you are moving out certain kind of control systems to each and everywhere. Next it is what, these are the process of planning. These are the process of planning. So like there are different steps where the thing is that there are three steps where the thing is you process of planning process of control. Like as if we learn with the help of areas, and we learn with the help of a scope, where you need to control. Now with the help of this only, the process of control which is being shown on that time. Now in the process here we are having with the help of the different type of steps whichever it has been given to you. So with the help of the steps, the thing is you need to identify. First with the step, it has been said with the help of measuring the actual performance. Then after comparing the actual performance against the standard. Then after taking the actions. Like all this process. Now as people can see about it here with the help of an arrow. Here also it is being shown with the help of an arrow. And ultimately again you measuring with the help of an actual performance. Means as if this process is moving on, so ultimately the thing is your goals and objectives. Means your organization, divisional, department and individual. So that ultimately into the organization, your divisions, your departments and individually all are goal and object oriented it will be. Means as if you will be need to control with the help of the goals, and as if you will be completing with the help of an objective. So these are the different scopes, these are the process of controlling. Now as if you control, first it is what, now as if you want to control each and everything. So first it is what you need to measure the actual control, actual performance. Means as if you people will be aware with the help of the goals or an objectives with the help of an organization. As if you people will be aware with the help of an organization where you are having a mission, vision and goals, like whatever it has been there with the help of like with this, the thing is it has been like goal oriented. Now for this also the thing is the first step it is what you need to measure it out the performance. Means you need to measure it out about with the help of the planning, directing, controlling, organizing and staffing almost all the functions. And with this the thing is whatever your whatever it is your mission, vision and goal, that also you need to identify. And then afterwards the thing is means you need to first it is what you need to measure each and everything. Once you're measuring out the actual performance, the second it is what you need to compare. You need to compare the actual performance against the standardization. Means whatever the actual performance it has been there, means as if you people will be aware with the help of like actual performance here on that time. So like then afterwards you need to compare whatever the actual performance is there with the help of the actual performance you need to compare that thing. Once your actual performance it has been completed out, you got to know about you know about it like what are the like where the thing is the certain way the thing is it is being controlled, like certain way where you need it out, where you doesn't need it out. So on that time you take the corrective managerial actions. You need to perform on that time one type of it managerial actions. Now as if this three process which has been proper with the help of like step 1, steps 2 and step 3, if this three process it has been proper, so ultimately your organizations is into the organization, then ultimately into the departmental wise and into the divisions, like into the different types of it, like into the marketing or certain part of it, HR, certain part of the R&D, like into the different divisions on that time, and individually means as if with the help of individual people into the organization, with the help of this only the thing is as if my each and every performance it is being controlled from step 1, step 2 and step 3. If my all this thing it has been controlled, so ultimately the thing is my goals and my objectives will be moving properly and I will complete my goals and whatever the objective it is into the proper period of time. So this is the one type of a process of in control where you do it about it. Now here it is what does process continue. Now here why the thing is we do with the help of process. Now here there is the same process of in control. Now why we do with the help of this? Now here we have went with the help of it, with the help of a different way of it, like a way where we have seen with the help of steps like step 1, step 2, and step 3. Now why we people do with the help of the process of control? Why we do with the help of the process of control? Why we control each and everything, and why the thing is this type of process we are using? First it is what? To set out the objective. As we people got to know now, here it has been already mentioned with the help of like goals and objectives into the different types of department, like organizing way, division way, my departmental wise and individual wise. So that is why the thing is what we are setting certain kind of objectives. Means as if my each and everything it will be proper. So I means as if I go to the process side. So ultimately the thing is I can set it out certain kind of objectives. So I will be knowing about it like what is right, what is wrong, and how the thing is as if we are lacking somewhere for any kind of resources, or as if we are like we are going certain way where it has been wrong way where we are passing the decisions, or else the thing is we are utilizing out, but still we are not getting any kind of like target completions or any kind of goal oriented into organization. So that is why this kind of process we are using to control. So for this, the first step it is what you will be setting out the objectives properly. Next it is what establishing the prediction of the objectives. Means as if first it is what setting of an objective, you will be knowing how you will be setting out the objectives. Second it is what the thing is you will be doing with the help of prediction of an objective. Means you will be thinking about the future oriented. It won't be for the longer period, it won't be for the shorter period, it will be future oriented. You won't be thinking about current, but as if you will be thinking about for the longer period of it. So means as if you are not thinking about the current, you are thinking for the longer period. So ultimately the thing is your work, each and every work will be moving into the specific way, to the individual way, into the people, or as if being into the goods into the organization. So that is why the thing is you are establishing a predictions, means it has been one type of it future oriented. You are thinking about the future. Next, it is what standard of the performance means, as if you are doing the process of performance. So as if you're doing with the help of performance, it shows certain kind of its standard. Means as standard in the sense it shows certain kind of its image to the organization and image to your performance. Means as if I controlled each and everything into the right direction. So ultimately the thing is it shows certain kind of a good standards into my organization. Because as if I show certain kind of a good type of it images into my organization, so ultimately the thing is my company will be setting a proper objectives for my organization. Then afterwards, the thing is evaluating the results against the standard. Evaluating in the sense like whatever I thought about it means as if I developed certain kind of a new technique, certain kind of a new performance to my organization. And last, the thing is I performed. Evaluate in the sense it is what you follow. If I follow it up, whether the thing is whether my performance it is going into the right direction or not, or whether the thing is whatever I thought relating with the help of the performance or any kind of means I do with the help of review. Means evaluating in the sense you can take with the help of it, either you can take a review or either you can take a follow-up. Means as if you're following up whether this type of a process control, whether it is moving for the good direction or as if it is being shuffled here and there, or as if it is there any kind of barriers occurs like when it is being into the organization. So this is about one process where the thing is you control with you do the controlling methods where you use the process so that the thing is into the organization you can run the management into the right direction. And with the help of the right direction, the thing is you can do proper way of management. As if my management it is in proper, so ultimately it will become my goal oriented. It will be my certain kind of an objectives will be developed more, and it will be like goal oriented. It will be good types of it where it has been developed. So these are the process of it. Now there are two types of it different way. There are two concepts here in this. It has been shared with the help of cybernetic and a non-cybernetic control. Like cybernetic control where it has been said. Now it's a one type of one that it is self-contained in its performance, monitoring and correction capability. Then afterwards the process, the control process practiced in an organization is not a cybernetic, but it does not follow the similar principles. So this is the one type of it concept where the thing is you analyze with the help of performance. Now as you people will be going about it, here we'll check with the wherever we are doing with we are checking with the help of performance. Here also we are taking a performance. Again finally whatever we are doing we are getting action. And again the thing is we are doing with the help of it performance we are doing again. We are measuring once again. So as if you do this thing, so like why do we do with the help of process? First it is what as if you get it done objectives. Now as if you get it the objectives, it will be future oriented. Next it is what you are getting certain kind of it company images for your organization. You get certain kind of it standard. Next it is what and then finally the thing is you evaluate the result against the standard. Means you follow it out like whatever the answer you're getting out, you are just moving about it. You're taking the review for that, and then after finally the process it has been winded up. And the thing is there's a two process, cybernetic and non-cybernetic. Cybernetic it is what a one type of it self-contained performance, self-containing, and you are monitoring out each and everything. Means as if it's a one type of a process where the thing is you controlled yourself, you monitoring the thing. Okay, it is in selfly you're doing out. In the sense you're doing with the help of your own. You're going with the help of performance, and with the help of going performance, you know what is right, what is wrong, which path I'm taking out, and which path I'm not taking out. Or else the thing is where there is like certain part of it capability wherever I'm lacking about it. So that type of it capability where it is in hurt. So that type of it is called one type of it cybernetic control. But the thing is, which is not organized or as if it is not properly, so ultimately that type of it is called a cybernetic control. But the thing is, you can use that kind of policies, but the thing is, you can't use that kind of principles. You can use that kind of it, like you can be a self-container and you can evaluate the performance like whatever it is being said. But with this, the thing is what you can't use the principles like whatever it has been given further. that this performance you need to do it, this type of principles you need to utilize on that time. If the thing is it has been not given to you that kind of principles to be used, so ultimately the thing is you can use a non-cybermetric control. So that is why here it is being given. It is the control system where those which does not meet all the criteria, all the criteria for the cybermetric control. So like it has been said, where like wherever if it is not moving out for the longer directions, or else the thing is where it is not mismatching anything or not even monitoring or anything to it has been done. So that type of it is means where even the thing is the principles are not at all accepted on that time. So that type of it is called a non-cybermetric control. So where the thing is cybermetric control will say about it, where it is being done with the help of a proper way of planning, proper way of directing, proper way of organizing each and everything, about proper way where the thing is you do the with the help of you whatever this performance it is, you standardize, you show certain kind of it corporate images or certain kind of it good reputation for that kind of it for that kind of it like control or for that kind of a control you put it on that time. So that type of it is called the cybernetic control. So non-cybermetric it is what where the thing is you are not using any kind of principles when related with the help of cybermetric control. So that is why the thing is means there is not showing any kind of standardization into it. So that is why the thing is that thing it is called non-cybermetric control. So this has a two-way concept where the thing is the one type of a cybermetric control and now second is one non-cybermetric control. Now your types of control. You are having a three types of control where you do it. First it is what input, process and next it is what output. Means this three type of it process wherever it has been there. With the three types of it process. Now with the help of the arrow wherever it has been seen, like input here it has been interconnected with the process which is been interconnected with the help of the output. Now with the help of these three the thing is it has been said input it is what a feed forward control, it is anticipated problems, or as concurrent control it is what a correct problems as they happen. Then after feedback control it is what control problems after they occur. So like first the thing is we'll be moving with the help of the feedbackal control. So feedbackal control it is what now there's three concepts we'll be learning with the help of this with this three concept types of control. Now when we do with the help of types of control, first it is what feed forward control. You just move it out the forward, and with the help of the forward the thing is you analyze each and everything. You analyze each and everything what is there for the input one. So that is why you can anticipate problems. Like you need to you analyze that problems whether it is going for the right direction or a wrong direction. Next it is what the process where it is being said concurrent control. Means correct the problem as they happen. Means first it is what your problem it has been analyzed, and next it is what whatever the problems it is like you go through that you go through that problem, and finally the thing is correct problems after they occurred. Like whatever the correct what was the correct performance, like what was the correct certain kind of a problem, after that certain period of time if that input and process has been covered up, so ultimately the thing is you're getting certain part of it output. So that is why now we'll be moving with the help of internals one. Now feed forward control, a control that prevents anticipated problems before the actually occurs of the problem. So that is why here I have given with the help of 2 points. Building in quality through the design. Feed forward in the sense it is what it has been said, whatever the problems it has been said, so first you need to analyze. So like first it is what building in the quality through the design. Second it is what require the supplier conforms to the ISO 9002. Okay, this is what a feed forward control. You need to anticipate it out. What are the things which has been measured. Next it is what concurrent control. It is what the control that takes place while the monitoring the activity into the problems. Concurrent it is what like whenever you're controlling something and on that time the thing is you're analyzing out, you're seeing out whatever the problems it is and you're making that thing into the site. So that is why for this concurrent control the thing is we require direct supervision. Direct supervision management by talking around. So that is why First, it is what you require for concurrent control. You require this type of a direct supervision should be there. Means direct monitoring should be there for the people. So ultimately, if there is something, ultimately the thing is, means if there is the process or else the thing is certain kind of it like problems which occurs on that time. So that is why the thing is you can even you can put it forth on that time, or else you can like direct supervisions you are doing on. So with the help of direct supervision, whether it is going on right direction or whether it is going for the wrong direction, that it is being saved. So then that type of it is called a concurrent control. Then here it is what when it is been related with the help of feedback control. So as we learn with the help of three things, one it is what a feed forward control. Next it is what a concurrent control. Next it is what a feed forward control. Feedback. A feedback control is that control takes place after an activity it is been done. Feedback control, it is what once your activity is being done. So ultimately, finally, the thing is you do with the help of it, with the help of getting the feedback. So does as if you're doing a feedback, you get it like either it has been right or either it has been wrong. Then afterwards, corrective action is after the fact when the problem has already occurred. Advantages of a feedback control is provide the managers with the information and effectiveness that planning efforts. Enhance the employee motivations by providing them with the information on how well they are doing. So this is what a feedback will control. This is what as in the first two like feed forward, and second with the help of where we are seeing with the help of concurrent control. So like in the feedback control, it is whatever the good things, like whatever the process does, it was moving into the right directions or a corrective measures. So if then finally the thing is whatever the answer, like once your each and everything it has been prepared, so like whatever the answer you're getting out, so that answer it is called as the feedback control. So for that also you need to identify how it was done with the help of feedback. Does it moved into the extreme level or does it is moving into the ground level? So this thing it is most important, like whenever you're doing with the help of the feedback control. So means on that time you need to identify whether the thing is the employee has been motivated or not. Means as if you're controlling each and everything, you're getting certain kind of good ideas, good thoughts. So ultimately you need to identify even this also. You even identify with the help of the needs, with the help of a control feedback control. So like whether you're getting correct measures or not, corrective measures or not, you need to see it on that time. If it has been moving into the right direction, so ultimately the thing is your work will be moving with the help of the corrective measures. Like without the feedback control, the thing is into the organizations you can't require it on that time. Because as if we learn with the help of communication, what are the types of the communication? It is what? It is between the two process, senders and receivers. So like sender send the message, receiver accepts the message, and again the thing is sender send the message. So like he sends the feedback, and that feedback which is in come to my end, that is called a message. So again this process is continuously going on between the two persons. So whether if it has been right, then only you need to measure on proper way. As if it has been wrong, so ultimately the thing is you need to identify each and everything into the right direction. So that is why this was a one type of it way where the thing is you're getting a proper feedback control, and with the help of proper feedback control, the thing is you can think for the longer period of time. You can't think it for the shorter period of time. You can't in the sense that you won't be getting for the shorter period of time. Whatever it will be for it will be for the longer period of time only. This is what the feedback control where you're getting about it. Next, it is what with the help of the types of critical standards. Now, critical in the sense it is what standard, like certain way where the performance it has been evaluated, and with the performances evaluated, you are identifying each and every systems into the research or into the certain part of its internal depth. So, with the help of the internal depth, the thing is you are even identifying out whether that person, what are the types, what are the things it is being done in the help of the critical standard. First it is what physical standard, it is being given to you. Cost standard, capital standard, revenue standard, program standard, goal standard. Next it is what these are the way different types of its standards where it is being given to you. The critical standard means you need to follow on that time into the internal when you're controlling any kind of it. First it is what a physical standard. Physical standard in the sense it is what when related with the help of an individual. Individually should follow each and everything. He needs to find it out whether what is right, what is wrong. He needs to behave on that time. With the help of the behavior, the thing is the performance it has been calculated. Next it is what cost standard. We need to identify with the help of the products like whatever it has been building. So with the help of the product, the thing is you need to identify what is the cost of that product, and then only the thing is you can take forth further. Next it is what capital standard. Capital standard in the sense it is what are the capitals when you are running with any kind of it management. So like what are the amounts you kept inside or whatever you have kept given to it like when you're starting up with any kind of business. So that type of it is called the capital standard. Next it is what revenue standard. Revenue in the sense it is what type of it amounts like whenever you're starting any kind of it controlling systems or any kind of it controlling management. So on that time, the thing is what type of it revenue or what type of it articles like whenever it is being used. So like how much amount you are putting about it, and with the help of the amount, the thing is you are thinking for the longer period as you don't think for the shorter period of time. Next is what program standard. Program in the sense it is what does it is been other people it has been accepted or not accepted. Does the how the thing is you need to do with the help of the program. How you need to identify the programs, like how to commence on each and every work to the right direction. Next it is what a gold standard, like as we are running with the help of a critical standard, means critical performance, ultimately it will be a goal oriented. It won't be with the help of the like just orienting, but it will be with the help of the goal oriented. So as you people will be aware, we are the thing is when related with goal oriented, the rest of the people like already bowed on that time. And finally, the thing is, whatever the critical analyzing problems, it has been moved for the longer period of time. So that is the finally the thing is your work move it for the for this, your work the move it for this, and ultimately the thing is your work which is been moved into the right directions and with the critical way, with the critical performance you are showing on that time. So these are the different way where the thing is you're using certain kind of a good techniques of controlling. Physical standard, cost standard, standard capital standard, revenue standard, program standards, and the goal standard. These are different ways standing out six standards where the thing is the critical internally you're performing, and with the help of performance the thing is you're getting certain kind of it pinnacles, you're reaching into certain kind of it pinnacles. Next it is what are the things you require for the effective control system. Now, as we people got to know what is the management, what is the internal depth into the management, like planning, directing, controlling, organizing, and staffing means, as if we people got to know what the functions of management. This is the one way where the thing is effective communications is effective control it is in require. Means effective means in the sense you should know about it, what should be the right, what is to be wrong. You know how to pronounce to each other. You need to how speak it out when the people are being in the organization. So what are things to be shared or what are things to be not shared on that time. So at least what the people will be aware about it, as if the thing is if it is in control. So like what type of controlling system you have used. So ultimately it has been changed the perception of the person. First it is what emphasizing on objectives. So like emphasizing in the sense it is what you need to put forward with the help of an objective. The people should know about it, what is my objective for my organization, whether I would be doing with the help of this point, means as if I'm running with any kind of it or as if I'm representing any kind of a project, any kind of a project. So ultimately I need to first identify with the help of vision, mission and goal. Without the help of vision, mission and goal, the thing is I can't make it my certain kind of a good objectives into my life. Next it is what suitability. It should be suitable like whenever being into the organization, all the people into the organization should get a proper suit. Yes, this is good and all this way. Next it is what when related to the help of flexibility. Flexibility into what the other person should be also being very flexible. I used to be also having the flexible. So that is why previously only it has been said, it's like when you bring into the organization also, like whatever the work it has been allotted to each and every people. So it should be flexible, means it should be clean from my side and as if it should be clean from your side. Because as if it will be flexible, so ultimately there won't be any kind of barriers occur. Like it will be a forward looking, means it will be not for the it will be not for the past, it will be for the it will be for the future oriented. Next it is what the objectives should be built. The objectives, without the help of objectives into the organization, you can't control one type of you can't control the economical system, you can't control with the help of the controlling system. Then economically, you need to think about the economically how the thing is demands it is being done, how the thing is with the help of demanding you're getting a proper way of supply, or if you're selling with the help of proper way of supply. Then afterwards, like you need to even control with the help of strategy points. Like you need to know about it proper implementation, how to do the implementation, how to perform each and everything. So this is what when related with the help of strategy point control. Like you people will be aware on that time, like what is right, what is wrong, and even the help of it, what are the new implementations you need to put it out when you're being into the organization. Next it is what corrective actions that is I said in corrective measures you need to identify whether as if I'm going for the wrong directions or whether it is going for the certain part of it like negative directions. So with this the thing is you need to identify what are the things you need to measure on that time. Like as if you're measuring, then only the thing is you can take forth for the longer period. Now then afterwards this was a different way requirement of a way. This was a requirement of an effective control system. Like this is the way the thing is you need to control each and everything. You need to know about the objectives. You need to know about the objectives. You need to be properly suitable for each and everything. It should be a flexible, then it should be a future oriented, then objectives should be measured, then afterwards it should be economically, then it is what a strategy point control and corrective action should be performed on that time. If my each and everything work, it is in moving right way, so ultimately it won't be creating any kind of a barriers to it. So with this the thing is, my effective, my control, my if each and every controlling measures will be going into the right direction. Then these are the four principles. Without the help of the four principles, the thing is you can't run with any kind of a management to the organization. No. Principles in the sense, there are some type of rules and regulations. With the help of these rules and regulations only you can measure the organization for the longer period of time, and you can use certain kind of controlling systems so on that time. Because as if you are using certain kind of principles when related with controlling system, then controlling principles means controlling rules. So ultimately the thing is your each and everything work will be moving into the right one. Now first it is what for this there are the four principles of managerial control for grasping and appreciating the ideas of managemental control which are followed. Now for why the thing is these are the principle of control it has been given with the help of these 2 points, with the help of grasping and with the help of getting the appreciations. With the help of grasping and with the help of an appreciating, like as if why I'm using this type of principles into my organization or as if into my managerial activity. I'm from managerial control. First it is what to grasping in the sense it is what managerial control needs to be grasped. Like whatever the managemental control it is in view, like whenever it is running with any kind of it functions or any kind of it organization slot. So as if it is working out, so I need to grasp that thing. I need to grasp the elements. I need to just identify fatafat say for each and everything, and with the help of that thing, it should be appreciating the ideas. Like whenever you're giving certain kind of it policies or certain kind of it principles. So with the help of this, it should be that way that the thing is it should be appreciating the ideas for managemental control under which. Now, how you appreciate and grasping the ideas with the help of the four principles. The principles of a uniformity. Uniformity is what with the help of an individuality. Like whenever you're developing any kind of a principle for controlling a managerial activity, first it should be a unique. It should be a uniformity. It should be for the individual one. Like whenever it is used. Next, it is what there should be a principle of comparisons. Like as if you are running with certain beforely where you are running with the help of a different management. So currently as if you are running with a different kind of management. So as if you require any kind of a new changes into it or else you want to need complete it out with the same thing. You need to use certain good principles into it. And certain good principles when related with the help of it, like you need to comparison. You need to do the comparisons. You need to compare each and everything, like whatever it was there in the previous and whatever was there for the current one. Next, it is what utility. Utility in the sense it is what you can use one type of a principles of utility. You know how to control each and every work into the right direction by following out with the help of the principles. Next, it is what there should be certain principles of exception. Exceptions in the sense it is what it should be something which is not related with it, means this will be an exception. It's a part of it, but you are not including that type of it terms and conditions to the part. It's an exception where you're following out. I will follow, but internal the thing is I won't indulge into the process or into any kind of a policy. That process from the outside. So that is something kind of it exceptions what you do it out. So this is the four way where the thing is you do with the help of controlling, with the help of principles, by grasping and getting the managemental ideas. And with the help of the managemental ideas, the thing is, it is that way that it is appreciating, like that is appreciating the managemental control. Because as if it has been appreciating properly, so ultimately the thing is, the managemental control works will be moving into the right direction. That is why. Now, this were the four principles. With the help of these four principles, the thing is, my control of management will be moving into the right way, into the corrective measures it is moving. Now, in this one, what are the controlling techniques you can use it on? Now, well, a controlling technique in the sense it is what, as you are running with any kind of management. So what are the controlling elements you put it? What are the controlling things you put it out? And with the help of the controlling techniques, the thing is as if you can plan each and everything, or else you can control your work, or you can control your certain way of managerial actions or managerial control. You can work managerial plans. You can make it on the right way. First, it is what a budget. Now, budget it is most important when you bring into the organizations, like as if I said to you previously only, to maintain the optimum uses of resources. So like resources whenever it has been related, so like resources how you develop with the help of the budgeting. So like before, as if you are budgeting each and everything, or as if it has been budget, you know it's like how much expenses should be there, like how much expenses should be calculated, or else how much expenses needs to be prepared, like when you're doing with the help of any kind of management. So that way the thing is you prepare a budget. So these are the different techniques. So like you need to make it the budget. It should be not going like whatever the amount, whatever we have decided, it should not go beyond to it, or as it should be not go like down towards also. It means as if you're not using any kind of like good quality into it, and then after just only you make into what to complete the work, it should be not there. It should like complete the work, it should be there, but it should be using that kind of it like each and everything what we have decided, it has been used with whatever the techniques it has been given. But the thing is, the resources are being allocated properly. It is not wasted more, it is not wasted less. Then afterwards, it was managerial statistics. Statistics in the sense it is what, as if you people will be aware with the help of bar diagrams and graphs and pie diagrams and all of the histograms. So with the help of the midpoints or else with the help of the median, the thing is you can analyze with the help of how much it is in control. Like previously when we start with any kind of a product into the market, so what are the things like we have not controlled previously, and now as if I'm controlling that thing. So like how much I am getting a profit on that time, means as if I'm not controlled each and everything and I got 30%. But currently the thing is I'm not allocating any kind of resources. It is going on that only. So how much I will be consuming, or how much I'll be getting the good type of benefit. So that thing will be analyzing with the help of like doing with the help of statistics. So this when you do with the help of the statistics, with the help of it like with the help of pie diagrams or bar diagrams, and with the help of this, the thing is you analyze it out whether thus with the help of this, the thing is it is moving for the right directions or not. Next, it is what you're preparing certain kind of special reports, important reports, where the thing is into this important reports you're mentioning about the different techniques, different ideas of control. Next, it is what a break revenue analysis, what you do it. Like there is no profit, no loss, it is in there. So that is why the thing is a one type of it like you do with the help of an analyzing out to control each and everything. These are the one type of techniques. The thing is, you can use a break even analyzing. Means you people will be aware with the help of what is profit and what is loss. Means it is there on the medians, like whether it has been loss or whether it has been there for the help of a profit. So it will be analyzed with the help of what are the things wherever I'm losing out any kind of control, or where are the things where controls are to be maintained properly. Next, it is what you need to even cost accounting also. There's a one type of techniques like cost accounting, like whenever being in the product, like whenever you're selling into the market. So like it should be like cost bifurcation should be also there. It means if there is a 2 rupees the biscuit arises of parle. So what type of items you have kept in that? So then after finally you have kept it with the help of the 2 rupees and with the help of inclusive tax and exclusive tax. Means that type of a bifurcation should be there. Next, it is what internal audit. That is most important. Like when you bring into the organization, first the thing is like external people comes and do the auditing. So ultimately, previously it is what a internal auditing means. You need to go it out each and everything. Thus, if there is any kind of barriers occurs of it, as if it is not there, so ultimately with the thing is we can wind it up that work. Next, it is what personal observations, like as if you're controlling techniques you're using about it, that there should be a certain type of it controlling personal observations. Means I just move it out with each and everywhere, like whether my whatever the controlling system it is moving on the right directions or in the proper directions. As it is being shuffled here and there, or as it's creating any kind of it like misbehaving on that time. So ultimately, the thing is with the help of this, I can know about it how the resources are being allocated. Next, it is what standing rule limitations. Now, standing rule limitations, it is what are the rules, what are the regulations, what are the advantages, what are disadvantages with the help, like as if I'm doing controlling. So I need to know about it, what are the advantages I'm putting about it, what are the non-advantages, like disadvantages I'm putting with this. And with the help of this only the thing is you're calculating out the measures, and this with the help of this only the thing is you're creating certain kind of controlling techniques only, and with the help of controlling techniques the thing is your work and your target completion is being completed properly. Last, it is what a disciplinary actions. Discipline means as you're moving with the help of certain kind of techniques into the organization. So does you're using any kind of disciplines into it, or disciplines in the sense it is what good directions, or is it proper way of putting disciplines, like proper way of knowledge as if it is been put on that time, or you're not going out here and there, like it is going on the right and corrective measures, like whatever the decisions it has been passed, you're following out with the right directions or not. This is most important, like into the discipline actions. So that is why the thing is you do this type of actions or this type of control. Then afterwards it is what overall control what you do. These are the one type of controlling techniques. You followed each and everything. Means you go it out with the each and everything. You measured each and everything. You move overall. You not think about for the short. You think about the overall. You think about the whatever it has been there for the longer period of time, and how you were using with the help of the corrective measures. Then afterwards you are using a procedure planning. Procedure planning, it is what the techniques, what are the procedures, what are the steps you'll be doing, or steps of planning you do it, and with help of the planning the thing is you controlled your work properly. So these are the one type of techniques of procedure planning. Next, it is what are modern techniques. Nowadays you even use the traditional techniques to control, and even you are having a modern techniques also to control. So that is why these are the types of different types of controlling techniques, where the thing is you think about the current also, and you think about the modern methods also, because currently you are having the modern methods of controlling the techniques. So ultimately the thing is you get to know about the identification previously only. It doesn't take a longer period of time to analyze each and every book. So that is why these are the different way, where the thing is these are the different way of controlling the techniques. Controlling techniques when related with the help of budget, then relating with the help of managerial statistics, relating with the help of spatial reports, break revenue analysis, and then afterwards a cost accounting, cost account, internal audit, personal observations, standing rule limitations, discipline actions, overall control, procedure plan and modern techniques. Means as if you are using so the modern technique also, and with this modern techniques you are using a traditional techniques. Both techniques are using and you are completing the whatever the target it has been given. Then other methods of control, and means that's what there are some other different methods also. With the help of these different methods, the thing is you can even utilize certain kind of good methods. You can use with the help of this different type of methods, and with the help of the different type of methods, the thing is you can complete it out your work into the good way, or means you can develop certain kind of a new idea. First, it is what self-control. It is most important, like as if you are running with any kind of it organization or any kind of it management. So, like it is being self-control, means it should be controlled from our side. Like as if I'm doing any kind of it work, so like whatever the resources are to be given, that resources should be controlled from our side only. Next, it is what group control, means as if it is given into the work which has been given to the group. So into the group only the people should be controlled the way how to manage it out each and everything. Means where you don't require the rest of our resources should be wasted, and you're putting your force from your side. So ultimately that thing should also be there and related with the help of good group control. Next, it is what policies and procedures. Like whenever these are the different methods where the thing is of control, where you are following certain kind of policies, certain kind of rules and regulations, and with the help of rules and regulations, whatever the procedures, like whatever the steps are given to you, and you're following that type of steps, and with the help of steps, the thing is you are recognizing each and every term for the longer period of or longer directions. So that is with this type of it is being given with the help of these different methods into control. The thing is you can analyze it with the help of the three different methods, with the help of self control, group control, and last it is what the policy procedure. Because as if you're following all those systems, so ultimately the thing is you can complete it out the work with the proper way of directions, or else it is your work move it for the proper way, and you can use it as if the thing is for the internal. So as if where previously where we learned with the help of the controlling, it was when related with the help of the people, but this is also when related means as an individually also you need to control your resources properly, as it is your control managerial activity actions, or else you're controlling each and everything good way. So ultimately the thing is you will be a work oriented and a task oriented, it will be complete properly. And then afterwards I can conclude this chapters with the help of it. The base of this chapter is to control the management in the proper directions and utilize the resources in the right way by controlling all the policies and rules. It's the mixture of planning and controlling together with all the managerial actions. So that is why the thing is finally I conclude for this chapter. First it is what when related with the help of it, why I'm doing with the help of the controlling. So I can know about I can go into the correct direction, and with the help of going into the correct directions, the thing is I can utilize the work. I can control the work into the right way, because as if I control my work into the right way, so as if I can measure it out the managerial activities, managerial actions, and managerial policies. I can know it about it, and with this managerial activities, managerial policies, the thing is I can move it out my work into the right one. And then afterwards, finally, the thing is the last point which says about it, like planning and controlling is the one type of it mixture of the mixtures together of which the managerial activities means managerial actions where it is being utilized, means where the managerial activities, managerial enforcement it is being done. So with the help of managerial enforcement, the thing is my work should be moving for the longer period of time only. So that is where this is what it is being said with the help of in chapter. So like as if the thing is we have winded up this chapters when related with the help of managemental control. So as management control, like little bit I'll be summarizing to you like whatever the points we have learned. So like managemental control, it is what when you bring into the organizations, okay, you do certain kind of it control, like you use certain kind of it functions of a management. Now, as we people know about the management, it is the functions of planning, directing, controlling, organizing, and staffing. Without this four concept, the thing is you can't run with any kind of it management. So that is why the thing is you require in that one concept that is called a controlling. You should know about it whether the resources are to be utilized properly or not. If the resources are not properly utilized and as if it is being shuffled here and there, So ultimately the thing is you can take with the help of the other person and you can wind it up with the resources to the right direction. Then after we went with certain kind of it nature and certain kind of it policies which has been said about it. So one type of it long process. It is not type of a short process and it is a future oriented means it is a like whatever the policies whatever the terms like we are opening about it, so it will be it is for the future oriented and so one type of it continuous process whatever it is being said means it's not for the short term, it is for the long term process like whenever it is being utilized, because as if we know it about how what are the corrective measures if you're following about it, so ultimately the thing is you can go it into the right directions and you can control it out your work, and with the help of the controlling the work the thing is you can like put forth, and with the help of the put forth the thing is you need to wind it out like what are the process, what are the terms and conditions you will be following on. So that is why this type of chapters it has been related with the help of it where the thing is you can identify with the help of the corrective measures where with the help of the corrective measures the thing is you can be performing about it whether to take it for the right directions or whether it to be moved for the longer period of time. So that is why we do with the help of we do with the help of it control. So that is why and even we got to know with the one point which has been related with the help of planning and controlling. It's a two type of it mixtures, and with the help of this two type of it mixtures the thing is where you control the managerial actions into the right direction. You go into the managerial controlling directions into the proper way. It doesn't shuffle here and there. So that is why the control system should be there into the organization when you're running with any kind of a business or any kind of a management into the organization. Because with the help of the management only the thing is means as if all functions as if it is moving to the right way, then only the thing is you can get it the corrective measures. Then only the thing is you will be knowing about it like you're not wasting any kind of resources. It is not even resources with the help of an individual, not even for the help of the salaries and all, but with the help of an expenditures, like with the help of a budget, like whatever you have prepared it about it. So as if it is like each and everything, it has been not corrective measures. So ultimately the thing is your work doesn't move it for the right way. So that is why it has been said to you. So like you need to identify whatever the importance and whatever the goal oriented it has been given to you, and with the help of the goal oriented the thing is you need to make it develop that kind of it ideas. So at least with the help of getting that kind of it ideas, your work will be moving into the correct measures. So it won't be shuffled here and there. And the thing is, with the help of this, the thing is, it has been analyzed your problems by doing with the help of R&D. So that is this is what with the help of it, like including part of it. Now, as if we have wind it up with the help of the chapters and related with the help of management, now we'll be moving with the next chapter with the help of evolutions of management theories. Now, in this chapter, like as we learn with the help of the management, we got to know about the different steps. What are the different steps of planning, directing, controlling, organizing, and staffing. Now next part it is what when in this chapters we will be learning about the evolutions. Evolutions as if from where the management has been start from olden period of time like on the 17th centuries to current till modern century of 21st century, how the management it has been start. Because management was there on the previous time only, it was there for the longer period of time. On the 17th century the management came. But the thing on that time, the thing is they was using the old methods like whatever it was there, like they was using that kind of it old methods. But currently they are having certain type of it new methods, and with the help of new methods, they have developed certain kind of it good theories. And with the help of this theory, the thing is currently the thing is the management it is running with the proper way. It as it is moving out, like what to do, like how to plan each and everything into the corrective measures and how to analyze the problems. So that is why we are having certain kind of theories, and as these people are the famous theory people, so that with the help of this theory, the thing is you can recognize it out whether which the people can move it for the corrective measures or whether these people can move it for the right directions or not. So that is why these are types of theories what we are saying about it. So in this we will be learning with the different types of theories, and with the help of different types of theories how they are using, how the point of views they are using out with their own point of view. So basically this chapter will be dealing with the help of an evolutions from the olden levels to the current level of it. So now first it is what a history and the theory of the management. Now why the thing is this type of a theory has been developed, and what is the history, like when it has been started, the values of the history, the people who ignore the past and are designed to be revealed. The person unaware of a mistake made by the others is likely to repeat them. So that is where the thing is. Means in this we will be learning with the help of the values of a history. Why the thing is the history and the theory of management it is in there. So that is with the help of the history and theory of the management is there. So then afterwards the thing is you can take a corrective measures on that time, and as if you will be knowing about what was there on the past time, how you revealed it out the management, how the management it has been growing for the longer period of time, and with the help of the longer period of time the thing is how you analyze your work, and with the help of the analyzation of the work, as if you creating any kind of mistakes on that time, so how you reveal that kind of mistake. So that is why this was a values where it has been given in the histories on the longer period of time of in histories. Next it is what timeline to the managemental thoughts. Now as we people know about it from 18th century, so that is why see currently it has been measured with the help of it, like with the help of bar charts it has been given to you, with the help of it like it has been started with the help of 18th century, and means after 17th century it has been given to you. So with the help of it 17th to 18th century a classical theory was used. Then afterwards a behavioral school it was given with the help of 19th century. Then ultimately into 1950s it was even certain kind of a quantitative schools. Then after the system schools was given, continuous schools was given. Finally in the 20th century the thing is it has been given with the help of the quality schools, where with the help of the quality thoughts. So means as if the management starts from the management theory starts from here to the 18th century, but with the help of the 18th century these are all the traditional ones. But certain period of time, as if it goes to the quality schools, so ultimately on the 20th century, you can see about it, how the thing is, it has been like, as if you're getting the all knowledge from the ground, from the 17th centuries to the different way of centuries, means these are the different timelines of a managemental thought. Means on that time, the classical schools was there, classical in the sense, the olden thoughts what he was getting on. Means currently there are certain people who are following that kind of attitudes on that time also currently. But with this, the classical also they are utilizing certain kind of like old ideas. But with the help of the classicals, there even second part it is what a behavioral one. Means as the thing is they thought about to just developing not only for the management, but even with the help of it they thought to develop with the help of the behavior of the people when they being into the organization. Then afterwards quantitative, they should be getting certain kind of a quantitative ideal schools, means quantitative knowledge, means certain kind of a logical terms they should be get it out, and with the help of the logical terms the thing is they can analyze it out what is right, what is wrong. Next it is what the system school. So like where the thing is the computers and PCs was there, and with the help of it the thing is how you will be running with the help of the management. So on that time you will be learning with the help of a system schools like whatever it was given to you. Next it is what continuous schools, like continuous in the sense it is what certain kind of a valuable thoughts was given on that time for the people who are into the management. And then afterwards with the help of the management the people was glancing their knowledge for the longer period of time. And finally you are having a B schools or a quality schools where you can get it out almost all from 17th century to the current century, and it is like a vast experience what you're getting about it, because as if you're working into the organization as if the 20 years also, so ultimately 20 years is also sufficient for the people who are working into the organization, because with this you know what are the corrective measures, like when you move inside you know what are the corrective measures. And with the help of corrective measures, the thing is you identify the problems and you analyze each and every one. So that is why these are the timelines of the managemental thoughts. It starts from 17th century to currently 20th century. Now we will be moving on to the different way where the thing is a classical managemental theory it has been given. Classical management is a theory that focused on finding the one best way to perform and manage tasks. So this is one type of a classical theory. My main motive it is was for the classical theory it is what to get a performance and the and manage the task. My this is means to get a reward, and with the help of the reward the thing is whatever the task which has been allocated to you, I complete that task, and without this completing of the task, the thing is, I will be getting a better way of performance, means better way of reward I'll be getting about it. So that is why the thing is, I do with the help of the classical way of management, what it has been there, classical way of management, what you do it. Next, it is what when related with the classical, this is the olden type of it where you're using certain kind of it new techniques into it and try it, and mostly you make it the focused on the best way, means you are on that time there was the people who was who the people was there, so on that time they used to put the focus on that, like whatever I'm doing out there should be the clear in the better way it should be moving, and my best way is whatever the task which has been given to you I need to complete that thing, and with this parallelly the thing is I need to show the good performance. Next it is what, related with the help of a classical management theory, it's one type which was originated on industrial revolutions. Means during it was there on the originated during the England. Means it was there on the England, and on the England it was there on that time the industrial revolutions when it is in game. Means the industries was developed on that time. So on that time this type of management occurred. Then afterwards manufacture begins mass producing the goods in the factories. Then afterwards into the manufacture also begins with the help of certain kind of articles or certain kind of products into the factories. Then afterwards the textile industries was among the first, allowed the production of the standardization goods depending on the constant flow of the labors and materials, owned the needs to plan, organize needs control, focusing on finding the best way. So here the thing is, here they have given the clear-cut explanations of to get a best way. The one best way, it is whatever type of theory, it is what a classical management theory, where the thing is your industries has been start, and with the help of industries where it has been start, so where the thing is the labor was more, the people was more, the employee was more into the organization, okay, and with the help of this, the thing is they were getting good manufacturing zones, and on that time manufacturing people who was getting out, textile clothes, good people they was getting out. But the main thing was they need to lead themselves, they need to manage themselves, they need to keep each and every budget also with themselves. They need to plan, they need to make it what are the targets, how do you need to complete the targets, that all things they need to perform on that time. That's the one type of it classical management theories where they are using in the olden times of theories, how the people was there on that time. So this is what one type of classical way of theory. So here they have given with the help of what are the different type of classicals. Now in this classical management theory, we'll be getting about the different way of schools. First it is what the scientific schools. Here it is what focused on the manufacturing environment. Like whenever they being into the like this is the one type of classical. So on that time mostly it was done in the industrial revolutions time. Like mostly it was done on the industrial revolutions. It was done on the time like when the thing is the industries came into it, like 17th century. So on that time there was more focusing on the manufacturing environment. So that is why one type of scientific it is what on the manufacturing they was being enforced on that. Administrative it is what emphasizing the flow of organization information and how the organization should operate. Administrative in the sense it is what administrative schools currently means as if the information she was getting about it, but the thing is with the help of information the thing is you in the organization they will be also giving the opportunity like how you need to operate, means how you need to follow, like how you analyze each and every theories and how you analyze the schools and how you perform any kind of admin activities when you're being into the schools. Next, this has a certain, now from here the thing is that certain people who are there, like you will be learning with so many kind of people when related with the help of certain kind of authors you will be learning about it. And this authors, they have been developed with the like marvelous certain kind of theories into the classical way. First, this is what the Charlie Babbage, like Charlie Babbage, it is what the one person, it was done in 1832. It was published it on the main thing he has been given the post of machineries and manufacturing. Then he has concluded that define definite management principles. So like he has developed certain kind of a principle. His main motive it was related with the help of machineries and with the help of manufacture. But the thing is he has developed the two principles when related with the help of the publishing of something. First, it is what wide broad applications since it will be not with the it will be with the broad applications. So it will be a wide applications which has been said. Next is determining by the experience. Now here like whenever the my main principle it is what experience. With the help of the experience like previous into the organization, my main motive it was there that the thing is the people should get the employment, but with the help of the experience previously into working into organization. Then one more principle it is what division of the labor amongst the person who performs the work. Means, and it should be that way like there should be perform a workers. Now that should be perform about the help of the labor who are working in the organization should be into the proper group. Means there should be the people who should be there into the proper group. They should be leading each other, and with the help of the leading each other, they need to perform the work into the right direction. So this was a short definition which was given by Charlie Babbage. Next it is what our next author it is what a Frederick W. Taylor. That is one like there is a famous one that is also will be sent with the help of a F. W. Taylor. His main motive he was a father of scientific management. Okay, so here he has given the four ethical three points of goal where the thing is you need to complete it out certain kind of a goal knowledge. First it was develop a science of management. He said he has developed. Now who has said now the management it is an arts and science. So like art it is what we have prepared that art. But who has created the science with the help of an F. W. Taylor, who had said that the thing is the management is an art also from pursuing, but with the help of it, it's a one type of it scientific management also. Next it is what select the workers scientifically. Like as if the thing is you want to do certain kind of a task you want to allot to the workers. So ultimately you need to identify a scientific term. Means you need to see about it whether the workers are working into the organization into right directions or not. Next it is what develop and train workers scientifically. Like maintain that way into the organization that the thing is there should be a trained worker. Like means already that person should be having a good knowledge into the training. So that type of it management the people I will be giving the training to that kind of people. So with the help of training to that people ultimately it won't be created any kind of a difficulty into it. So then afterwards created cooperation between management and the labor. He said you need to keep the corporations. You need to be a corporate between a management and even to the people, the labor who are working into the organization. And the main point he has been said about it, determine the quickest way to perform the task. He said about it, you need to identify that way where the thing is I complete my task, means whatever the performance it has been allotted to me. So with the help of the completing with the help of performance, I complete my task into the certain period of time. Means my main motive it will be what? To complete the task. It should be not shuffled here and there. It should be done to moving here and there. It will be what? As if should be moving, my task should be complete with the help of the good direction. So that this person it is called an F. W. Taylor, who was a father of scientific management he has been said. So that is with the help of this he has been said. And management is the science is an art as well as it is called a science also. Then afterwards Henry Gantt invented the Gantt chart, moved away from the authorization of management. Now he has been said about it. He has removed the system with the help of the bonus system to the reward workers. So it has been given so that the bonus who being into the organization, the people who are getting the bonus. So then afterwards this Henry Gantt has been developed with the help of the way of the bonus system. He said the people who are working into the organization and as they are completing out with a certain way of the task and as they are showing the good performance, so this type of employee, this type of labor should get it certain kind of a bonus. He should be getting a certain kind of a bonus. And with the help of the bonus, the thing is this is a one type of a reward system which is being given to the labor. So ultimately by getting the influences of the bonus, so ultimately they will be working out more and more. And they'll be more oriented to the work. They'll be thinking about it that I need to complete this work for the longer period of time. and I need to complete that thing, and the people will be attracted on that thing. So that is why Henry Grant has been said with the help of the inventing a bonus system. Next, it is what their lessons from classical scientific thinking. Now, as if here they have given certain points, and with the help of the point, the thing is, what are the lessons? Like whenever as the thing is you're thinking about the classical scientific, means as if you're thinking about a certain kind of a research or certain kind of it like the ethical techniques or certain kind of it ethical points. The first important is what you need to analyze everything, means as if you want to think, as you become a thinker, means as if there is a certain kind of a thinker like Charlie Babbage and all, like all the people who was a thinker. So as if you want to think it like scientifically, the first most important it is what you need to analyze each and everything. Once you're analyzing each and everything, teach the effective methods to others. You need to teach, means you need to think about it. What are the things? What are the ethical effective methods to be used to the others? Like whenever you're using certain kind of lessons. Then after constant monitoring the workers, constant means whatever the task which has been given to the workers, so it has been duties of a people or the duties of the superior to like or to see it about it whether the work which has been done on the right direction or not. Then after plan the responsibility, like as if you are not planning the responsibility, so ultimately your work won't go it into the correct measures. It will be shuffled here and there. Next afterwards, control the work and the workers, means as if you need to control the work. That is most important. Whatever the work it has been allotted to you, you need to control, and with the help of the controlling the work, you need to also control with the help of the workers who are the people who to the organization, because as if you are being in the, so that is why these three people who was there, Charlie Babbage and ultimately Taylors, and then afterwards Henry Gans. So these three people was thinking about with this three, with this four, with this 5 points, and with this help of the 5 points, the thing is they become a scientific thinker. They thought about it, and because as if they learned from the different analyzing, they analyzed each and everything. They got to know about the methods, how to be effective methods. They got to know they monitoring out. They use certain. They plan the responsibility, and finally the thing is they control the work, and with the help of the people who are going into the organization. So as if they learn, so that with this the thing is they have developed certain kind of lessons, and with the help of the lessons, the thing is they got to know the proper analyzations from the upper levels to the ground level. Because as if this type of lessons, if you are learning about it, then only the thing is you can move it out to the correct directions or in the longer period of time also. So this was it was. Now here there was a one more they have been given. Now this all the people was there for the scientific schools on that. I mean here where we have seen with the help of the pyramids, where we have seen. So first we went with the help of the schools. Now we'll be learning with the help of an administrations. We learn with the help of schools. So in the schools we was having the three people who was there: Charlie Babbage, Frederick Taylor, and then Henry Grant. Now the next people it is what administrative schools, what it is been said. One it is one Henry Fleo. He has been developed with the help of believing the scientific managemental skills could be learned and taught. Like as if they thought, as if there'll be the specific managemental skills whenever it has been developed, specific managemental knowledge or any kind of a techniques it has been developed. So ultimately with this, the thing is you will be developing certain kind of a managemental development or managemental control. So that is the flavor universal managemental function: planning, organizing, leading and controlling. So he has developed, Henry Feo has developed with the help of planning, organizing, directing, which has been also said a leading also you can say, or as if you can say a leading also, and even with the help of the controlling. So this is what for universal management, and currently the thing is this type of universal management we are using for the each and every point, like when we are learning with the help of any kind of organization also. When we are learning with any kind of management, we are using with the help of planning, directing, controlling, organizing and organizing and controlling. This all the things we are what we are using now. Next it is what Mary Parker Floyd. This is what he has developed with the help of the goal oriented. The people should be goal oriented when they are being into the organization. So like we should know about it. What will be that my task and what are my tasks as if I'm completing about my task. So how much I need to complete it my goal. And with the help of the goal means I should be goal oriented. So that is why this Mary Parker Floyd he said that person she said focused on how organizations cope with the conflicts and the importance of sharing the goal. So like first it is what you need to learn about way how you do the conflicts, how you arise the conflict, how the conflict arises, and what are the scope, what are the area where the thing is the conflict which has been covered, and when the conflict which has been covered, how you develop certain kind of a target oriented, how you become the goal oriented. So these are the first point he said. Second, it is what he said to emphasize the need to discover and enlist it individually and group motivations. He said about it. Second point, first he said about it. You need to identify the conflicts, and with the conflicts, the thing is you need to develop with the help of goal. Second point he said about it, with the help of it, where the thing is you need to motivate it to the individual also and even to the rest of the people who are there into the group also. Next, the first principle means the first type of disciplines he has given, or first type of rules he has given, that for an individual and a group succession is the capacity to organize the thinking. Like as if you being into the organization, he has given one type of a technique. He has also given with the one type of technique to the individual and even to the people who are there into the group also. It has been given means you need to have that kind of a capacity to organize the thinking. Means you need to have that kind of capacity. You means that the thing is what you think and what I'm thinking about it, and that type of thinking I'm keeping for the longer period of time, not for the shorter period of time. This is what it has been said with the help of Mary Parker Floyd, which says about the 3 points which says about it. First, which says about the conflict. Second, he says with the help of it parallelly he says about the goal. Next, he says about to motivate it. And last, it is what said about it. He develops certain kind of capacity of in organizing the things. Next, it is what behavior managemental theory. Now, in this behavior managemental theory, it is what recognizing the employee as individually which concern the human needs as part of the work group and as a member of the large society. Now, behavior in school, it is what where it has been said, where the thing is my main focus will be related with the help of the human beings, not with the help of an individual, but with the help of the human beings when they being into the organization. Like as if like previously only we have seen about it, like management in the managemental function we have seen one point which has been related with the help of the staffing. We learn into the sessions or like when we learn with the help of the chapters when related with the help of staffing. On that type of staffing we went about it with the help of point which was related that the thing is they should be the people recruitment should be done into the organization. Without recruitment into the organization, the thing is that people can't work into organization. Means as if we do with the help of the recruitment also, you require the proper core way of interaction. Means interaction in the sense it is what interacting a human being, then only you can recognize it or then only you can analyze it about it, whether I am going into the right directions or in wrong directions. As if I'm not going for the right directions, so ultimately the thing is it is the waste of mine. So as if I'm going for the correct direction, so ultimately the thing is what I should know about it, what are the corrective measures wherever I'm forming. So in this behavior managemental theory, it is what it has been said about it now previously. A classical thought also thinking you need to identify, and with this classical the thing is you need to also identify the behavior of the human needs. What are the human needs? What are the humans should know about it? How the behavior the human perform on that time. So that thing should also be there, and it is not for the individual, it is for the large society. As if the people who are being into the organization, it should be for them also. So with the help of this, the thing is they can show with the help of their behavior, and with the help of the showing their behavior, they can develop their each and every thoughts for the longer period. Now, here they have given certain kind of it like authors which has been related with the help of the behavior management theory. Robert Owen, the father of the modern personal management. The quality and the quantity of workforce output influenced by the conditions on the on and off the job. So like Robert Owen, he has been given one type of modern techniques, father of the modern personal management. So So now in the personal management, he said about it, where the thing is he analyzed with the help of the behavioring groups. He analyzed with the help of the behavioring management of the people when being into the organization individually, the people who are being into the organization, and how you perform on that time, how you use a certain kind of a good techniques on that, and with the help of good techniques, the thing is what, how you interact with the people, and as you interact with the people, you are showing a good way of quality and quantity, and with the help of the quality and quantity of the of thoughts, you're developing certain kind of a good conditions into the organization when you're running with any kind of it like job, when it is your when you're being into the job, or when you're being outside to the job, means as if you're being into on job, or as if it is in there for the off job one. So that is why your the thing is mostly it's a one type of father which related with the personal management, and there will be taking about the qualities and the quantity of the work which has been allotted to the people, and with the help of this quality and quantity, the thing is you will be identifying about it. Next it is what Abraham Maslow. Now he has been even given certain kind of it needs, certain kind of it theories when related with the help of motivations. Now physiology, security, affiliations, esteem, self-accurism. Now with this type of it, five elements he has been shared, where the thing is like where your employees get motivated. So like as how the employees get motivated with the help of behavior, means how you behave, how you interact with the people, how you coordinate with the people when you're being into the organization. So as if you do this thing, so with this the thing is you need to think about the physiological, like you need to be thoughtful, like more thoughtful, you need to use the techniques. Next it is what the security, like as if you require certain kind of a security, like no, when related you should be a secured when you're being a human. Then afterwards affiliations it is what certain part of it like coordination should be there amongst each other. Then after esteem, you should be know about yourself, like whatever, what is my right, what is my wrong. Then a self accusation means I know about it, how I can consume as my behavior, how much I can be goal oriented, how much I can be a task completions, and how the, and with the help of these five elements, the thing is the employee or a labor it has been motivated. So these are certain needs. How we are having a common needs of a behavior, food, clothing, and shelter. How we say a common man needs it is water, food, clothing, and shelter. So this thing is also for the organization, the people who are having certain kind of a behavioral thoughts, where like as if you should not use even way of classical management, but with this parallel you should also need about with the help of the behavior management. You need to think about the behavior, means you need to develop with the help of the own development, which has been most important. So like Abraham Maslow has developed with the help of the theory of management. Now behavior management is theory result. So now in this also you are having the points, 4 points which has been given. A manager discovered, now this for 3 points he has been discovered. Now when related into the organization, when related with the help of the behavior, a management discussed about it, how you need to analyze. First it is what the manager say, what employee wants for the work. Now as if these are the three questions arises when the manager says when they discovered something, he's thought. First it is what employee wants from the work. Like as if you're being into the organization, what do you want? What is your needs? That is one. Means as if you are doing work, so with this work, what you want parallelly. Next it is what how to enlist the corporation and commitments. Now means how you enlist, means how you being into the how you cooperate with the people, and with this corporation the thing is what are the commitments you give it. Means as if you're being into the organizations, you are committed something, means yes I'll perform this kind of work, so you need to perform that kind of work in the particular period of time. So means, and with this parallelly what type of corporation, what type of it like interactions you'll be doing, or what type of it like you will be managing a work into the right direction, that is there. Next it is what how to unleash the talent, energy, and creativity. And means even the thing is you will be even says about with the help of it like how you say or how you share about it when related, how you show your talent, what are your energies, and what are your creativity, means what type of it ideas you will be showing, and with type of this ideas the thing is you're analyzing your work for the right directions, as if you're going with a corrective day, because this is all 3 points which has been related with the help of the behavior of the people who are being into the organization. So that is why that type of a knowledge version should also be there when you're being into the organization. Because as if I knew certain kind of a new techniques only, then only the thing is I can develop with the help of the behavior when related with the help of the management. Then afterwards we will be moving with the help of quantitative management. Now quantitative, it is theory, it is what one type of it, you will be learning with the help of quantitative one when related with the help of schools. Then the second which has been related with the help of managemental science. Now when related with the help of the quantitative schools, quantitative schools in the sense it is what certain kind of a mathematical version, certain mathematical way. The thing is you are analyzing the managemental process or managemental problems or managemental control what you do it. So in the quantitative one, you use certain kind of mathematicians. You're using development type of sums or formulas, and with the help of sums and formulas, the thing is you're analyzing the managemental problems. Managemental science, it is what where the thing is a study of complex system of the people, money, equipment, and procedure with the goal and improving their effectiveness. So in the managemental science, where they're like mostly focused on the people, money, equipment, procedures, and with the help of the goals and improvements. With my this system, it has been moving properly. So ultimately, the thing is, my managemental science means my managemental process. It will be moving into the correct measures. So that is when the quantitative management we will be mentioning here in this. We have been mentioned with the help of the two concepts. First, it is what quantitative school. Second, it is what the managemental school. In the quantitative schools, it has been related with the help of the mathematical questions or mathematical formulas. And with the help of these mathematicians, the thing is you are completing out with the managemental problems or any kind of issues. And with the parallel, the thing is there is a science also which is being said. You are using certain kind of equipment, certain kind of goal oriented, certain kind of people, certain kind of money. And with this, the thing is you are developing certain kind of managemental science. Then here it is what a quantitative managemental skills. So you are having a 3 points with the help of the quantitative managemental theory. First, it is one mathematical approaches to the managemental problems, like quantitative methods theory when you are using about it. First, it is what like when you want to identify the management problems in this type of theory, where you are using a certain kind of a mathematical treatment, you are using certain kind of formulas, certain kind of logical substitutions or equations developed under the World War II. Now this type of like quantitative type of management was developed in the World War II when it was happening about it. Then afterwards applied to every aspect of the business. Nowadays the thing is into the business, when you are running with any kind of management, this type of a theory is also being used. Because you are in this theory, because as if you are not having any kind of formulas or any kind of an analyzation if you doesn't do. So ultimately the thing is that people won't be identify the way how you need to perform the work. So that is why this type of quantitative management, they have developed certain kind of technical or formulas or equations, and with the help of formulas and equations, the thing is your work, you are completing out your work into the corrective measures. Next, it is what were the tools of operation management. Now, when there are tools of operation management, like whenever you're handling, first, it is what an inventory model where you're doing about it, like what are the items, what are the things like you need to operate few, what are the things you are performing on that time, that all items. Then afterwards, break-even analysis, like what are the profit, what are the loss. It is not even the profit, not even the loss. It has been said you on that time you will be getting to know about that. You analyze the thing. Then after production scheduling, that is most important. Like when you do any kind of production, so on that time you schedule each and everything, like what is the manufacturing, how you perform, how you analyze each and everything, how you work and all that, all substances. Next, it is what production routine, like as if you're moving into the routine way, how you're performing the work, as if you're going into the one by one, like you're going to steps by steps. What are the routines, like when you do any kind of production, so what are the techniques you're using on that time, that type of it will be. Then next it is what the system managemental theory. Now your system managemental theory, the thing is, in this you will be getting the theory that organization comparison, various parts that must perform the task necessary for survival and proper functions of it. So in this systematic theory, like as if you'll be getting the knowledge about it, how the work it is being done into systematical way, and where you're completing certain kind of a task and you are a goal oriented on that time. There are not creating any kind of it barriers or any kind of it problems. Your work it has been going this type of theory where the systems are moving into the correct directions. It is not shuffling here and there. So that type of theory where you're using about it. So that type of theory it is called a systematical one where you're performing and completing out certain kind of a good task. Now your organization systems. Now into the organization you are having the three systems as we have already learned previously. So like first it is water input, processing, and then after output. Now input it is water, people, information, facilities, equipment, machineries, materials, supplies and finance. Next it is what you're processing, transferring the workforce, expertise and technology, means you're developing certain kind of it analyzing, and means as if you're putting this type of an input and this type of process you're putting, and finally you're getting output with the help of we are getting the output with the help of products, services you're getting out. You know what is profit, what is the loss, you get a customer satisfaction, you get the ethical behavior and social responsible behavior. So this is ultimately with this arrows only you can see it about it.